As members of Congress return to their offices here on Capitol Hill, opinion on Syria seems to be divided into at least 5 groups that runs the full spectrum of opinion, from those who don't want any military action to those who want it now.
We're talking about sending a clear message to the dictators in Tehran and Pyongyang.
If we say that the use of chemical weapons is unacceptable, yet we fail to act, this will embolden Iran's pursuit of nuclear breakout capabilities.
For that group, the president had the authority to strike Syria and doesn't need Congress to approve it, because Bashar al-Assad, in launching this chemical weapons attack he's accused of, has broken all international norms. And for those congressmen, the concern is that any delay is going to be counterproductive and will undermine the impact of any military action when it eventually comes.
I don't regret if someone who's been using chemical weapons against his own people gets blown up.
Then there are the hawks who want military action but think the president's plans are too limited. They say that pinprick cruise missile strikes, as they call them, won't make much difference. What they want is a broader strategy that could last longer and could remove the Syrian leader from power. Now, they feel so strongly about that, they may actually vote against the president because they don't believe he's going far enough. We've seen Obama administration officials up here on Capitol Hill all week, giving hearings, trying to persuade the undecided, and they are probably the biggest group. Now, they are grateful they've been asked by the president to do this. They don't feel that presidents do this enough, asking Congress about military action. But it doesn't mean to say they're going to support him. They need more persuading and more convincing. And then there's another group of thanks for asking us congressmen who are grateful they've been asked but will definitely not be supporting the president. As far as they're concerned, Barack Obama has dug himself into a deep political hole with his red line on chemical weapons in Syria, and they're not prepared to help dig him out of it. The last group has made up its mind on Syria, and it's against military action. And it's an interesting combination of Tea Party conservatives and liberal anti-war doves.
And not a one member in my district in South Carolina, or the emails of people that have contacted my office say, go to Syria and fight this regime. To a letter, they say no.
And I think it's a mistake to get involved in the Syrian civil war.
Soldiers coming home deformed and limbless, and even in a body bag, is not acceptable to me.
The Conservatives believe America spent far too much money sticking its military oar into bits of the world that it shouldn't care about. And on the left, there are those who say that the experience in Iraq and Afghanistan should be teaching the Americans lessons about Syria. The challenge for the president is trying to persuade as many of those undecided members of Congress not to join this anti-military action camp. And the problem for him is that American public opinion seems to be firmly behind this camp, with opinion polls suggesting that most Americans away from Capitol Hill, away from Washington, do not want any kind of military action in Syria.